Hey you guys, welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of seed saving. This is not all inclusive like every seed. It won't be every seed in my garden. It's just what is coming off now. And now is late April leading into May. And so just ignore, I'm trying to baby this little rosemary. So I have a sweet stem broccoli that was drying up front, and I pulled that. Of course, you can see I didn't grow myself from seed, but I got this at a little garden center, and so that's what I'm gonna just save all my seed this year. I don't know that I'm gonna use it, but that was okay. I didn't absolutely love the sweet stem broccoli. It did make the little side florets more than a head of florets, so it's more like a broccolini. And I guess if that's your goal, then that's a good variety then. I would say that Godzilla broccoli is still one of my favorites as far as like a big head variety. But this green comet was okay too. And this came from the same store, same little garden center that came from. So I had a bunch of these. They're still quite green. So I'll show you how I do different things depending on where they are in each stage. And over here I had, I think it to be the mammoth dill and not the bouquet dill, doing great. It was like 5 to 6 feet tall over in the south garden. And it was clearly dried back and dead. So I just captured the heads, put them in a very breathable fruit bag, and I will get a label for those, and we'll let those continue on for a little bit more. And you see, I trapped a little bug guy in there, so just know that's going to happen with your seeds, because everything is really eating off of your seeds. And then, not the last, that's for sure, but the last on my table, this is mustards. This is the one that was up in North Garden. Let's see if I can pull it apart without creating a mess. Here we go. I just had to get it slowly unveiled here. Because some of these, like, landed. I'm going to have a lot of volunteer mustards up by my chair. Oh, did I might have lost a lot. But, yeah, I'm probably going to have a lot of volunteer mustards. But anyhow, nonetheless, you can see the seed is dark versus the chaff of it, which is the seed husk, is right here. And I literally just laid this out. My problem was that this had a hole in it, a big rip, and I didn't catch that. And so a lot of my stuff went down the center. But if you have a better sheet, I advise using it. And yeah, so the husks come right off easily, and then you're left with the seeds wherever, so I'm trying to merge these like this. And there's a simple way to get rid of those as well. So why don't we get started, and I will show you my little tricks for things like this. Maybe some of it's pretty easy and everybody knows, but if you don't, I thought maybe it's helpful to put it on a video, because there's always beginner gardeners out there too. And this is not just like something they know how to do. I mean, I was a city kid, I didn't know how to do this from birth. I didn't grow up in a farming family, although my dad and his dad and maybe other people in our family, grew like tomatoes, but not like a whole garden like we've been doing for several years or decades here. So anyhow, let's get to this. I'll show you. One of the easiest ways I have found to clean out like little brassica seeds, mustards, broccoli, cauliflower, that I'm going to use it for the collards, all these little, bok choys, any of those, tot soy, pat soy, any of those. I have found that you get a colander. I just found this one at the thrift store for $2. And it has the little tiny holes, and then I put a solid bowl beneath it. And then well, this looks pretty obvious. That's just chaff. You can just throw that away. But when you get down to the little stuff and you need to separate it, you're going to need this. Okay, one of the first things I do is I try to find a fairly big and clean workspace. Now, we had just done a project with the deck and we're not done with a couple other things. So I'm leaving Jack's supplies there. This is his grilling area as well. Now, I've already collected, I'm sorry I didn't show you that, but I just laid the sheet out and then I took all the seed heads over to the sheet and then try to get them gathered into one spot where they drop into your bowl. Now, I'm not going to try to collect every single seed. That's never really my goal, but I collect enough to last a long while. I still have probably mustard seed from years ago. See? And then if you have a clean table, you can just add that in there. And yes, you'll have some dirt with it. So again, this is not my goal to like be eating. But you see how I'm just going to wiggle a little bit of this and it leaves, I hope you can see that, the chaff, and all the mustard seed is actually gone out of there and into here. So it took our volume down quite a bit. Let's do it again. You know, I got to thinking I would need another bowl and I'm too lazy to go inside. So what I'm going to do is just pick out these. Not perfectly, but pick them out a little bit more. Put them over through here. See, there were some more seeds in there. And there you go. Okay. Are those on the inside? There's a little static electricity going on there. But anyhow, there we go. So it's much cleaner. And we're ready to store this now. I use some of these older garden markers that, you know it's not this anymore. Oh, yeah, the garden markers. But this is also a garden marker. Okay, my brain got a little twisted there for a second. So you want to label everything, and I'm not joking. You will not be able to tell the difference between this seed and a broccoli. So this is Japanese red giant mustard. Okay, and then I buy these little back to school baggies. You can buy little jewelry baggies. I had a couple like little sets of those, but because I love them so much, I'm already out of them. And I just keep forgetting to buy them at the store. Or you could use your prescription pill bottles and just repurpose them that way. So I'm putting in my little tag so I know. Or you can write on the outside too. That works as well. I'm showing you why I'm doing this, because on the other ones I already have their tags from the store, and I'm just going to put those in with these. So there we go. Hopefully I don't make a mess. You can use a funnel as well. And yeah, there's a little bit of dirt and stuff, but I don't see a single seed in that, so I'm just going to tap that out over the grass. Sometimes that is how I end up with food around my porch. But anyhow, there we go. We have our first saved seed. That was pretty easy. Let's keep going. So this is my dill, which is already dried. So if you have a seed that's already dried, follow this. Now, there we go. I already have some loose seed in there, just because they fall off. They were so ready to go. It's really good that I got these in time. And then for like dill heads, I just take and gently run my hands down like this. I crunch everything. I do that with like the mustard seed and broccoli seed as well. I'll do it with the collards. I have radish seeds and turnip seeds going up front as well. So when those get done, they're still very, very green. and just finishing up with the flowering stage. So I'll leave those another week or two and then do this, you know, break open the seed pods and collect them. So again, if you got some stubborn ones, it may not be worth your time, right? Especially since it looks like I got a lot of, I already collected some seeds, believe it or not, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So more or less, I'm just doing this one for demonstration purposes for you guys. Okay, there we go. We have lots of dill. And, you know, dill is great to trade. Say your friend has saved something you didn't grow in the garden, you know, and you have excess of whatever seed, you can definitely do a trade there. Some of these are immature seeds. I can just tell. They're not very big. They're probably not worth your time if they don't look like what came out of the seed packet. And I don't know if you can see this. I'll see if I can zoom in on this, but these seeds have a little white sort of trim around them. And that's how I know that they're like fully mature and ready to go. And these are the ones you want to keep and save. These, for example, don't have that little white margin. And they're just, they are dark. Well, they have a slight one, some of them. But my guess is they wouldn't be worth your time to save if they're little like that. And on dill in particular, it always seems like there's some heads that are more likely to throw good seed, and then usually the first heads throw the best seeds. And these little side, secondary and third, tertiary heads do not throw the best seeds. But you know, it's great for birds. If you didn't want to collect seed at all, this is really great for birds. For whatever reason, I didn't end up being a host plant this year. My dill is usually hosting swallowtails, and I didn't see a single swallowtail come in or leave babies. So that was very sad for me, because I looked forward to that, and I promised my grandbabies I would give them, you know, whatever I had for them to kind of hatch out in their porch. But anyhow, and this is very green, and if I really didn't have enough seed here, I would save this as well and just let it go. It's gonna get there eventually. I don't need the seed. There's a couple that are ready, but really mostly not. So I'm just gonna toss this because I don't need it. I have more than enough seed for a couple of years. And now this one is also, I can do the same, or I can get one a little larger. This is really going to take forever at this size. These are larger seeds, way larger than the brassicas. So, and there's really not that much debris in it. So I'm just going to do like this, tap, get another bag out, label my marker with my marker. You can put the year on that if you wanted to as well. I just resaved these same seeds. This is, I don't know how many generations I've been saving my dill seed. I think I originally got it probably from Baker Creek or Johnny's, but probably Baker Creek, I think. In the very beginning, I made what to me I thought was the largest seed order ever when we opened up the side lot and tried new varieties. And so Baker Creek was one of those companies that I ordered from. All right, there we go. Got our tag in there and got our seed saved. 2 down. Okay, so this is the sweet stem broccoli. It's really close. I don't know what that is. That looks like corn or something. It's very, very close, but I'm not going to try to break it open today, I don't think. You can either bundle it and then bag it, or you can just do what I'm going to do, which is I think I'm just going to bag it. Hold on. These are as long a bags as I have. Okay, it captures most of it. There we go. I'll rip these last few off and just stick them deeper into the bag. And then I'm going to cut these. These are just stems for the most part. There's a little bit of seed in there. I'm going to hold it upright so everything falls inward. We're going to let these dry another week or two. Like that. Oh, we're going to put our tag in there with it. There we go. We're going to bundle it and leave it upright. We're going to keep it in a nice, cool, not dark, like a dry place. Like my boat barn is not got the sun beating on it, and it's going to be protected from rain. You can put these in the house. You can do all your bundles in the house, but I do recommend that even if you do it in the house and say you do a little tie on top in your bundle, you don't want to leave these out, because then you'll have seed all over your floor, because they'll pop open all by themselves. And then the same goes for moringa in the fall. When you harvest your moringa, do not leave your moringa upside down somewhere, because it will defoliate by itself, and you'll end up with all your prospective saved moringa on the floor all dirty and junky, so you don't want that. This one I'm going to do the same, and like I said, this particular green comet is even greener. I don't know that I have a bigger. I suppose I could just put it in like a basic, like a Walmart bag or a Target bag or something, and then just don't seal the top. That way, I like using these, but look, let's face it, this might not hold this big old bundle. Maybe we have to improvise here. Okay, so we're going to improvise. Make sure if you use like one of these recyclable bags that tear down and break down fast, make sure you don't have any holes, because I will say these do tend to come with holes. I'm going to put my tag in there, and we're just going to slowly put the bundles in here. Now this is not breathable. The key is to having something breathable so they can have airflow and dry properly and not mold on you. If you just seal them up green like this, they'll mold. So we're just going to put that in there. We'll put it in the boat barn as well, but we're going to leave it open, okay, for airflow. I wanted to show you, this is the lettuce we did yesterday or the day before, and I just chopped the heads, and they're also still semi-dry, not quite. So I took their tag. This is the Skyphos lettuce, and I put this in a fruit bag as well. I would say, if I was hard pressed to say, these are either 10 or 12 inches long by probably about 8 inches ish. I don't think it's 6. I think it's probably 8 by 12 or something is what they sell them for. I find them on Amazon. You can buy them in bulk. You can get like 100, 200 of them for a reasonable price. And if I saw some people get them where they have the locks in them, those are even better. I wish I had done that, but I didn't see that till years. I've had these for years, like 5-6 years. And if I were to rebuy it all over again, I get one of those that they have like that little locking thing, and they can lock it down and cinch it. And that is probably the best thing if you're going, especially if you're going to put it over fruit, which is what I originally bought these for. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more item here. This is cilantro. This particular one is completely dried. As you can see, it's toasty. And say you don't have all those bowls and everything accessible. You can just do it the old-fashioned way. Just rip them off, set them in there. Like that. And boom. Again, and now this works best if you're not going to eat it. Now, if you're going to do coriander for food and then crush it, I recommend that that you go through the process of actually cleaning up your seed with colander. Here it doesn't matter. This is just to grow more cilantro. We love it in our Mexican food. Now this one did not have very much on it. There we go. That's pretty much does it. You just kind of use your finger. Oop, I lost one there. To capture the seed. I'll have a cilantro plant down there. Okay, so this one's done, but I want to show you. Here are a bunch of green ones. And so I don't normally pick them at this stage, but part of this plant is tanning and light colored. So I am going to probably pick these. This has some healthy sized berries. If you were hard, like you didn't want to rip all those, you can just cut at the top. That's another way. I'm showing you like multiple ways you can do all this. So depending on your resources, depending on your time, oh, no, didn't get it. So you can just do like that and then stick them in the bag too. They'll dry equally as well. And that way, I've also seen people just put the bags on the seeds while it's still growing in the ground. That works also equally as well. I just don't want to do that. I want to start clearing out my space. We're about to hit our rainy season. And I also, you know, they're falling over in my walkways. So that's the reason why some of this, oh no, this particular one was in my apple containers, and I probably won't do that again. It was great while it was small, but when it's all messy like this and my apples are starting to bloom, it's a little confusing, and I think it might be robbing the apples of nutrition. So I wanted to definitely get the coriander seed out of there. Anyhow, and then I would just keep going and going and going, and then put a tag in there. Although it's pretty hard to mistake in coriander because it comes in those really big balls, you know, dried balls, and the smell follows it wherever you go. Okay, here's my little drying area. And see, this is what I'm trying to prevent. I pull things sometimes and I lay them there, and then I don't ever get to them. The next thing you know, you have seed all over here. Or windstorm. Last year, I had mustard somewhere like on the counter or something like that, and it all blew over, and I had mustard going along the whole side of the boat barn. So that's crazy. But true story there. So this I'm going to probably leave open for airflow. Here's another one. The lettuce. Whoop. And cilantro. This is just a little leftover piece of fencing. You can tie a rope and do like a clothesline too. Anywhere where it's dry, in your porch, in your bedroom, all that works. I have put stuff in my shed, which is right over there. And this is my working garden shed. But I have found that as the heat turns on, first of all, I'm worried about the seeds getting cooked, and secondly, I'm worried about there's not enough airflow. I have to shut the windows because of the constant rain in our wet season, and then so that it could mold your seeds and stuff like that. For example, here's some seeds that I did, but you know what? I wouldn't assume them to be viable. Now these are more like marigolds and gomphrena. I have put lettuce out here, but lettuce should be kept cold. Once it's dry, put it in your fridge. I have dried, listen, I don't know. Oh, that's Mexican sunflower. And then regular sunflowers in here. But guess what? I did that, and now I don't know the varieties. So not really smart of Robin. So I wanted to give you a little overview. These are the Kentucky Wonder pole beans that I just saved in the grandbabies help me shell. And they're going to go in a baggie. Actually, I think I already have a bag started somewhere. But this is fresh for... Oh, no, I don't. Because this is a new variety. I have the bush beans already bagged. See, these are the little jewelry type bags. And, you know, saved seed. Or easy to share if you want to take them to a plant swap. That's really cool, too. Loofah. This is the bag I just used to go ahead and I planted loofah over there. Alabama butter beans. As soon as I get back from vacation, man, these are going in the ground. Here's some other coriander already saved. And you know, it's cilantro while it's green, coriander while it's seed. So just if, you know, I know that, or that's in America. If you're from another country, that's not always the same. And then black-eyed peas are going in after vacation. You see how I just save and save and save my seeds? And here is the Felix dandelion. I've been saving this all spring. Usually I don't shut it. Yeah, it's not actually shut. It was more open when it was in the house, but it had that stuff laying on it. So I've been saving all my dandelion seed. I save my tomato seeds usually on paper first, and I label the paper, but in this case I was in a hurry, so I just wrote down what it was, Jet Stars. Now, it's a hybrid saved seed, so I don't know that these will be true to the parents, but they'll still be good tomatoes, I'm sure, because the Jet Star's an excellent tomato. And then here's like my pink or red brandywine seed. I didn't save too many, but I have some of those. I have, these are, what are you? You are pepperoncinis. I need to save today too. Here, let me just kind of show you how I'm going to do that. Essentially, I'm just going to break them open. These are really toasty. They dried on the vine, and so I just pulled them before the last storm, and they're going to go, well, I probably should do it in a bowl first, but then they're going to go into a bag like this. There we go. Now I got my pepperoncini seed for this coming year. Most of the seeds like to stay at the top of a pepper. So make sure you do that. Get them all. If it's a real hot, this is kind of hot. This is dangerous, but there you go. There's the seed. That's enough seed, right, from one pepper. That could save you $3 or more at a seed store or with a seed company. So that's worth it. And then over here's my English. I thought I had pulled all my English peas, and then I found some of these while I was clearing out for the snow peas. So these also need a baggie. And you can see how easy that is. Right, well, that one's... I usually do this into a bowl while my husband and I, we share the remote. So when it's his turn for the remote, and I don't usually care to, you know, pay close attention to what he's watching, I will shell peas like nobody's business. There we go. You see? Easy enough. I just wanted to show you a couple of those. And then label, label, label. Okay? So you guys, this is pretty much how I handle most all my seeds, and I do keep all of them in like a big photo box. I see people put them in photo books as well, and that works pretty well. And they keep the seed packets in there then for the picture. And I like to alphabetize, do that if that floats your boat. But yeah, in fact, I'm outgrowing my box. It was just something from Hobby Lobby, big square box. And it had all my vegetables and then flowers in it. And then I have a carryover box for like the pharmacy canisters. When I have seeds in those, I have a carryover box for that. And then I have a working box for when I just want to take what I'm pulling that day or the next week or two. I'll put everything in that working box and take that to the garden. That way, if I get rained on or something crazy happens, I forget. I have forgotten seeds outside before, and they have gotten rained on. But usually it's okay. But that's why I have the working box. It helps keep it all in the wind. You know, the wind blows your seed packet, 20 feet away from you, and all your seed scatters. So it's good to have a working seed box. And I'm trying to think. This is most everything you're going to need. I don't think I brought out all the colander. I put that up already. And the blank, and the white is better if you're going to use a sheet. If you have an old bed sheet or something you use to protect your plants for frost or something, use one of those. The white or lighter the color, the easier to see the seed. So you guys, I hope you found something valuable, something you were looking for, and got some information out of this video. You guys take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.